Hello, my name is Doan, and I am a choreographer and movement based artist from Vietnam. I am currently based in Ho Chi Minh City. It is my honor to be part of the Dual Front residency this year. When the residency kicked off at the beginning of October, both Vietnam and earlier Japan had just come out of the worst outbreaks of COVID-19 pandemic. Um, Ho Chi Minh City was under extreme lockdown regulations. Checkpoints were set up everywhere. The entire city shut down, and like many others, I wasn't able to leave my small apartment for 4 months straight, just trying to make sense of this entire situation and its monstrous psychological impacts. So, in that context, the Dual Front residency really came as a kind of rescue for me, even though we were unable to travel. Um, and honestly, at first, I was also troubled and skeptical by this limitation. How am I supposed to respond to Yamaguchi, learn about Saginomai if I'm not there in person, especially from my discipline? But the weekly meetings with Ayako, with Barto, Shoko, Shiri, and Aija uh, really transported me to Yamaguchi and also Turkey at once. It allowed me to learn about different lands and peoples from a distance and connect really. These were really warm and lovely encounters. Um, as I was tasked with responding to Saginomai, the egret dance, I find myself thinking about the figure egret and its prevalence in Vietnamese folk music and poetry, in Vietnamese culture. Here, the creature is seen as noble and persevering. They often live in wetlands near the rice paddy fields, which we have lots of. Um, and as we see the egret strides in mud to feed on small shellfish, they strike a similarity between with farmers who are also working in the rice paddy fields nearby. So this creature live in proximity with the Vietnamese countryside, very close and dear to the Vietnamese countryside, and at the same time its spotless white collar and its posture emanate a kind of nobility and elegance. And perhaps this combination of qualities have inspired so much folk music and poetry to reference this creature, often comparing it with the farmer figure, the hardworking farmer, or even more commonly, the mother figure who dedicates her life to her child despite hardship. That's the general metaphor. So the more I contemplate about this parallel between the egret in Saginomai and the egret in Vietnamese culture, in the Vietnamese imagination, the more I am drawn to think about my mother, who I had not seen for 9 months because of the pandemic. I think about her aging, I think about um, her perseverance, her quirky personality, her perfectionist caretaking. Um, I think about more generally the complications of motherhood, of family. I think about not just my mom, but other women who have raised me, and also different mothers around the globe. I missed my mom very much and wanted to channel these emotions into creative works. And in the context of the pandemic and isolation and the blockage of creativity, this is that was my way of thinking like dance, where dance is how I express these tremendous feelings that often words fail to describe. And this urge is the beginning of this project, of my project, uh, that I call Mountain View, which at the moment consists of a dance video and some free writings. Uh, Mountain, like the terrain that surrounds Yamaguchi, surround Wangai, my neighborhood. Mountains, like mothers. As I choreographed, I thought about the idea of repetition, a repeated choreography through different times and spaces, in the same way that traditions like Saginomai has been maintained for generations. Uh, Repetition makes rituals. Uh, I am grateful that this residency has pushed me to create new work, to dance, which has been quite difficult since the outbreaks began. Um, it has also allowed me to collaborate with musicians, videographers, and photographers. Uh, Connection is such a luxury that we have learned to not take for granted, right, after these times. Um, and so the two most important outcomes of this residency for me really is collaboration with others and learning about Yamaguchi, about different peoples, about different cultures, about my own memories, my own relationship with my mother. I would like to thank Barto, Ayako, Shoko, and others at Dua Front for your really support and warm embrace throughout this process. And for me, this is just a beginning. Um, for the audience, I hope that you enjoy Mountain View, and I hope that you give thanks to your mother today. Thank you very much.